guys, today I'm going to be teaching you about DOM, Document Object Model, DOM. So just sit back and relax and enjoy my little fun tutorial. Alright guys, so Document Object Model in JavaScript. Well, when your web page is loaded, the browser usually creates a document object model of whatever page it is that you have loaded. So I'm going to show you what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to show you an HTML. So now once your web page is being loaded, your browser is going to create a document object model of whatever page you have loaded. And this HTML document object model is always structured in form of a tree. The reason why I'm saying a tree is because a tree has fruits, of course, and a tree bears fruits. So it's just similar to what the HTML DOM model structure is going to look like. It's going to look like a tree, and in this term, the fruits are going to be the elements. Okay, so it's going to have that kind of structure whereby you have the root element, which is the HTML wrapper element. So we're going to have the HTML wrapper element, and inside this HTML wrapper element, we're going to have the head element and the body element. And this head and body elements, can have more elements. So well, I'm going to make use of this reference, parents and child reference. So of course you cannot say child and parents, because a parent is going to begot a child. Do you understand? So it's just like that. So each element might begat two or three more elements. You understand? So and that is just what we are trying to explain when we say a tree-like structure. So the DOM is more like, you can look at it like the blueprint of an HTML structure. Do you understand? And it's like the blueprints of an HTML structure, and it is exactly what we use, it is what JavaScript uses to access and modify and do some changes on the HTML DOM model. Do you understand? So the elements here that we're going to be talking about in this VS Code, we're going to be using JavaScript to try to access these elements. This element which has an ID of question container. We also have this element with the ID of question and answers and submit now. Of course, this is just like an example. I'm just using this as an example. This is a JavaScript quiz. I'm using it as an example, and I'm going to be even showing you how to select these elements and insert values into them, because of course we're going to have the application asking you questions, and once it asks you a question from the values that are inserted in these elements, you are going to have a series of answers that you are going to answer from. And once you have selected your answer, you should be able to submit via this submit button, and your result will be stored here and displayed. Okay, so that is just what it is like. So I'm going to also be showing you how to select a DOM. I'm going to be showing you how to select select DOM elements. Actually, you understand? So we're going to be inserting values in them, and I'm going to be showing you how to access this elements using the JavaScript. So let's go to the script.js page, which is the JavaScript page. So here guys, this is my quiz data with my objects. You can see this question. I have a question inside. I'm still going to add more questions. Obviously, I'm still going to add more questions, but I'm just going to show you. I'm not diverting today. I'm not going to show you what DOM and selecting DOM is all about. So, guys, first things first, we're going to be making use of we'll be making use of the document. Their JavaScript is so diverse. So you have some, what can I call it, like some utilities or some tools we use. So now this is a tool we're going to use. We're going to use the document tool. So I'm on caps lock. So this document is what is going to allow us to select the elements in the DOM. So the document is what we use to select the elements in a document object model. So followed by using the DOM. Of course, it's not complete. We have to use there's a method called the get by ID element method. So it's a method that is used to get the element ID in the DOM, in the HTML DOM model. So we're going to be using it as well. Get elements. And you can see JavaScript has helped me to complete it. You know. So of course we follow up with our So let's go back to the HTML. Now, guys, you can see that we have five elements that we are trying to extract from this HTML DOM model. So first of all, I just want to show you how the get element by ID works. So now, in fact, the name already even spells it out when it says get element by ID. Now, these elements that I've highlighted, this all the way to the result, they all have IDs, and as you can see, the ID of this is question container. The ID of the second one is questions. Now, how about our questions? The ID of the third is the answers, and the fourth is the submit button, and the fifth is the result. So we're going to be taking the ID of the first container. I could have just written it, but sometimes I just has to keep my videos short and all. I just decide to just be, let me say lazy, like a Gen Z, something. So, and then, okay, first then will be done. So, guys, don't forget that, of course, while this is being done, we have to also, because we don't want this information to be, we don't want this program to be, we don't want this piece of data we are trying to get here to be modifiable, of course, to be thrown about or tossed about. So we're going to store it in a constant variable. In JavaScript, we use something called a constant when we are trying to declare a variable. So we could use the let. We could use the let whereby we give the name of the variable questions. Let's say questions container. Of course, you use the camel convention naming. Of course, you have to name it in the camel convention due to so guys, we have this now, and I'm encountering a problem, but of course, as a programmer, you're always have to debug your code regularly. I just skipped this. So we could use the let we could use the let variable, but because we want this program to be more like to be fixed and static, we decide to use the constant keyword. So that's going to be that for one program and for one element. So we'll be moving further to get other elements, and of course, as I said, I'm lazy. I'm just going to just copy and paste, and as my system is throwing tantrums, telling me it's tired. Well, I know it should be tired. So she's even trying to show me. Okay. So the second, of course, the second, we're going to check the HTML. The second ID name is question, as we can see here. Don't mind my big cursor as well. As we can see here, it is question, so there's no point, since I already knew that. Just took it and copied it. So of course I have to change the name as well of the, so everything is back to normal, and I'm going to do that for the rest. Just Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, and then I just edit the usernames and all that, I mean the ID names and all that. So alright guys, I just want to show you, and I know it's just an everyday hobby, just create codes and programs. And this is my online calculator, I mean online Java script. This should be results, and the second should be submit. I think this is should be submit, and then the third should be what's the third again? Okay, questions, answers. Okay, as you can see, this should be submit now, not even submit. Answers. So submit now. Results and answers. Yeah, you got it right. Thanks. So alright guys, so this is what it is going to be, or this is how it should be. So now we have successfully selected our DOM elements. So thank you guys, and God bless you for watching, and watch around for my next video on learning to code every day. Bye guys.